diagnosing a window won't close, window motor screwed up, makes a clicking noise, issue with the 93 f150. As you can see, a lot of slop here, a lot of rust too. I don't know what the hell, maybe it's just been leaking for a while and got really rusty, but it looks like somebody maybe replaced it, or maybe the rivets have just worked themselves loose, but there's a lot of slop here. And the motor just makes a clicking noise when you try and use it, so I'm just going to replace the whole thing. First step, obviously, would be pulling your door panel off. If you're lucky with an old truck like this, you have all the screws there still. This one only had like 3 screws in it total, and a bunch of duct tape, and it's just been, it's been worked on for the last 30 years by people that didn't really know what they were doing. Usually the screws I end up pulling out of it, there's like weird sheet metal screws and just a hodgepodge of things. But essentially when you're pulling these off, you have your buttons that go here. You take one screw out, you pull that out, you take 3 screws off the back side of that, and that allows you to take the plate off, drop the wire out. There's going to be a wire on the back side of this. You literally just reach behind it and twist it once you get the door panel pulled away. The door panel kind of just sits in and then clips down with the screws. Once you remove all the screws, you got to pull up and then out. This clip wasn't even in there. Sometimes you got to pry away with that clip. This one, you can see there's like a clip just smashed in there. This is kind of what you see when you get these old trucks. There's door panels are just held on with hopes and dreams. You just gotta kind of figure out how to get them off. This one it's in pretty good shape though, for what it's worth. But once that came off, peeled the plastic layer off. Now I'm gonna have to drill these rivets out. Find a drill bit that's just a little bit bigger than the opening there. Drill it through, and then get a center punch and pop the rest of it through. And then that'll fall down. 4 rivets, drill them out. I used a 3/16 drill bit, and they just push right through. You don't have to hit them with a punch or nothing. This guy fell right on off. You unplug it from, just reach in there and unplug it from this guy right here. Slide this out of the track, and then what worked the best for me is I took the whole motor and I brought it down underneath the window track, and then I twisted it this way, and then brought it out motor first out to the hole, and then brought the arm out with it. There's actually a remanufactured piece, still failed, doesn't work. So now I'm gonna put I got a 1A auto replacement for it. Hopefully that one lasts a little bit longer. And since you drilled these holes out, you're going to put a bolt in their place. I've got a handful of M8 bolts. I think they came out of Thunderbird or something. I'm just going to throw those in its place. They're pretty short. You could, I don't know if this is showing up on the camera very well, but right down there, you don't have much room between the swing arm and where the bolt goes in. But these ones are just perfect, as they just go in, don't touch. When you have the sheet metal between it, you know, you're gonna have more than enough room there. But yep, installation is gonna be the same as taking it out. I'm gonna go in, stick first, and then twist the motor in, drop it into its place. If you can imagine this on the inside, it mounts horizontally. You got one hole here, one hole there. And this one gets used, and that one gets used. All right, so all installed now. Plugged up, ran up and down, it works great. Got the motor from 1A Auto, if anybody's looking for one, a recommendation. I've used a lot of their stuff in the past and had no issues with it. I got 4 bolts in here, they were M8s. Probably out of a T-Bird, I think. All I did was use a 3/16 drill, drill the rivets out, bam, bam. Motor came out really easy. I had to twist it a little bit. Had to go rod down, motor out, and then when I put it back in, I had to go motor first and then twist the rod in. But don't forget to throw grease in the track. This one was all rusty and dried out. Put some new grease in the track. Yeah, put it in. A little trick with this one, since the motor was there, the sprocket of the swing arm was kind of black, and I just put some tape on the nut and held it in place. But really, honestly, you can manipulate it. Just run the fucking motor up and down, and it'll give you access to the nut. Put in the back. Yeah, other than that, really easy install. It seals perfectly now. It goes up and down just as it should. Now I get to throw this all back together.